At Dye Star, we basically renew the color on the clothes. We dye clothes. You know that you will have those favorite clothes that you love so much, but you can't continue wearing them because they had faded color. So we came up with this idea to say, instead of throwing them away, because probably you bought it and it was expensive and you still love it, why can't we just renew it and make it look absolutely brand new?
So approximately 20% of new businesses fail during the first 2 years of being open, 45% during the first 5 years, and 65% during the first 10 years. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Masi, Biyela, and I am so excited about today's episode because we always bring you something that is informative. Today, I have Sthulile. We are going to be talking about young people in business. What are the goods and the bads, and basically how to actually make it in this country that we live in. Hello.
Hi. I'm good.
Oh,
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. Thank you, guys. As you can see, her business is called D-Star. She's going to just elaborate ngokuthi uqale kanjani, ufike kanjani, and basically what the business does. So over to you.
Well, my name is Sthulile Mkhize, as you already said. I have a business called Dye Star. We actually pronounce it Dye Star, but I know so many people who goes like D-Star because of how it's written actually. At Dye Star, we basically renew the color on the clothes. We dye clothes. You know that you will have those favorite clothes that you love so much, but you can't continue wearing them because they had faded color. So we came up with this idea to say, instead of throwing them away, because probably you bought it and it was expensive and you still love it, why can't we just renew it and make it look absolutely brand new, right?
Okay. So something that I did not mention is that Sthulile was the winner for Allan entrepreneurship competition that happened, I think it was 2023.
Yes.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
She will be taking us through to that. But engifuna siqale kukho. Kufike kanjani ukuthi, hey, you know what, I want to be a businesswoman. And how did the idea even come across?
Okay, basically, when we are young, probably at the age of 15, you are given that thing to say, what do you want to be when you grow up? I've always, from the primary school, because everybody was saying it, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a social worker. And then when I started to get into high school, where now we have to choose subject, I studied the commerce subjects, where business studies, economics, maths, etc. So that's when the love of business kicked in. When I was studying about it, I was like, oh, okay. In fact, you know what? I don't think I want to work for anybody. I think I want to be a boss of my own.
Yeah.
So that's where the love for a business started, even though by that time I didn't understand the depth of what it means to actually run a business. But I always had that thing to say, even if I start working in my early years, but the passion or the goal is that at the end of the day, I want to work for myself.
Okay.
So that's where it started.
Okay. Wow. And then take us through, ngiyakuzwa ukuthi you wanted to do your own thing, awufuna ukusebenzela umuntu, but then Dye Star, yona iqhamuke kanjani?
That's an interesting one. Yes. Well, I was a student at Coastal College TVET, right? So when I heard about, it's a business school because I was studying finance there as well. So there was this competition that was going around. Teachers were talking about it. It's an entrepreneurship competition. I was like, what is it about? There's this team called Allan Gray. What they do, they go to TVET colleges, because TVET colleges mostly, they are not taken seriously in most cases. Some people, if you say you're going to a college, TVET college, they'll be like, why not varsity, you know? So they wanted to actually give the perspective to other people to say, you know what, there is a lot going on in the TVET colleges. So let's tackle that and show how important it is to have a business or to be an entrepreneur, especially on what is happening in South Africa right now. We all know about the unemployment rates, right? So when I heard about this competition, I was like, okay, this is my opportunity. I've always wanted to be a business person. So let me give this a try and see where it's going to take me. Now, let me run through the ideas that I already have in my head that even if I wanted to start a business where I had so many things going on, but there was one person that I knew who was working at a company called a textile company, where they renew or they put color on big fabrics. So I wondered if it's possible to the clothes that I already have, especially as I'm a student, I've seen how other students are looking at each other on what you are wearing. So if you have a faded color, you look like you're wearing old clothes, or even your confidence as well when you're walking wearing those faded color clothes. You don't feel like I can take over the world, but you know the feeling when you're wearing new clothes, right? You feel like, you know what? Nobody can do me nothing. So it started there. I was like, okay, let me research more about this and find out what do they use to put color on those fabrics and see if it can work in the clothes that we are already wearing, right? Then when this I want this competition, now it's a competition, I don't want something that would be similar to somebody else. Then that idea started building up. I started doing my research. I applied for the competition. There were so many rounds before we reached to the finals in Johannesburg. So there was like a college round, a regional round, which is the KZN TVET colleges. Then we go to the finals, which is now all the TVET colleges in KZN, in South Africa, in fact. So it was the four of us because the categories were four. It was a business idea, artisan, general business, and what's the other one? Tech business, something like that. Yes, almost forgot about it. So it was the four of us, each category one person. So we went to Johannesburg, and for KZN, I took number one for my idea, which is Daista. Then immediately I was like, you know what? This is it. I'm not going to take this money and just play around with it. I'm definitely going to start this business.
Wow. Wow. I'm just wondering, in terms of the research you had to do, I'm seeing chemical, so basically this is my understanding of it. Kahle kahle ingubo yakho miphashile wena uyakwazi uyivuselela.
Exactly.
Okay. So then now on the research part, the chemicals, how do you even go about getting that?
Okay, so when I did my research, I needed to find something that would last longer on the clothes. So I discovered that it's not only just dye. And I searched as well if there's anybody who does something like this already. And I found out they do, but for them, they just take, there's a dye that they buy in stores, which is liquid. And they also mention that it's not really effective. So what can I do so that mine can be effective and it can stand out to any other businesses? So I discovered, okay, there is a powder dye, there's other chemicals that you need to mix to ensure that the color stays longer on the clothes. So I even went to some of the companies and I researched the chemical companies that can provide me. So I get my products very far, very, very far away. Yeah, they are quite costly as well, but they are worth it because they last longer as well.
Now, please take me through, first of all, big ups to that. That's just, wow.
Thank you.
Please take me through how your life has changed from winning the Allan Gray competition to you, Namhlanje.
Oh God. It drastically changed. I won't lie. Drastically. So, firstly, when I won, I started trying to get a team, right? Because one thing I've learned is very important in the entrepreneurship journey to have a team. You cannot do it alone. You literally cannot do it alone. I found one person to say, okay, now we need to tackle the marketing part first.
Yeah.
in able to draw the customers, right? And then he was like, you know what, let's just open a Facebook account and see ukuthi izosithatha sibeke kuphi. And then we opened this page on Facebook and we advertised it. We approached a few of the influencers, not huge, but they had quite a number for following on social media. Then we started working. By that time, we didn't have a place to work at. I had to work at home and then deliver into town and meet up with people.
Wow.
Like, let's meet at the workshop or deliver to you. It was hard. And then one day I woke up and my phone was buzzing. I was like, what is happening? And then somebody called me like, your page, your business is trending on Facebook. Like, what? And then when I get there, almost 12,000 people started following the page and people were calling left, right, and center. I almost went crazy. Like, what is happening? I wasn't ready. So my life was like changed. And by that time I was writing my finals to a point that I was like, you know what? I'm going to fail. Because now I'm tackling everything all alone. Like the social media, the calls, as well as need to deliver. And there comes December. I finished my exam. Luckily, I passed. I was very happy about that because and then on December, it was very, very hectic. The weather. I've learned a lot during that time. Like in the 2 months where I started, I've learned a lot on what I will need to the business. It was like a huge growth that happened within just few days. But I'm very, very grateful for that because till this day, I still have customers that started with me on November. They still come back till now.
Wow. And now take me through, Lana, because you're touching on customers that you had back then and they still come back. So when you use these chemicals in Bahleni, you know everything has a guarantee. So manje, how long can I expect it to last in
your clothes? So the thing is, fabrics are not the same, right? Impahla azifani indwangu zakhona. Khona is bamboo color for the longest time, khona is bamboo color for the shortest. But I have impahla that, because I've tested it way before as well, I have like a jean that lasted more than 3 years. To me, the color is still good. And then I would have like maybe t-shirts that would last me like 6 months or 7 months, sometimes a year. So it depends. So yeah, there is a guarantee that some of the fabrics would take the color and last longer than the others.
Okay. And also, I love the part where you mentioned Uguti, your phone just started buzzing and Facebook and all of that. Can you just take me through your marketing? Because I know that a lot of people, when it comes to starting businesses, marketing plays a huge role.
A lot.
So what have you learned? What are the pros and cons when it comes to marketing?
So when it comes to marketing, I think the main key is to be consistent. Like if you are consistent in posting your products, posting whatever that you do almost every day, set up if it's every week, you need to be consistent. And another thing is that it doesn't matter how much you can market your product, but if it's not good, that huge following, it won't last longer. So you need to make sure that you deliver what is good for the customers, make sure your customers are happy, because another marketing tool is the word of mouth, which is a very powerful one. Because if I tell you that this thing is good, I've used it, you're definitely gonna want to try it as well. But if I've been bad to you, then now that word of mouth would work against you. So it's very important to be consistent and make sure that you deliver what is good for the customers as well.
Okay. And Sthulile, please take me through what have been some of the biggest challenges that you faced starting off?
There's so many. I feel like I've been running this business for 5 years. But I love every moment of it because it's a learning curve. To every challenge that you face, it's a learning curve. So firstly, it was a challenge of finding a place to work at. It was very difficult. And then secondly, I used to work very hard, whereby I was washing the clothes by my hands. Then I discovered I can actually buy a washing machine that, because the main or the goal is to work smart, not hard.
Of course. Of course. Yes.
Yes, it's work smart, not hard. And also in December, there was too much, when it's summer, it rains a lot. So I would promise customers that I will deliver on this time. And then by that time, it rains before the clothes get dry. So I was like, what can I do also? Because every challenge, I need to find a solution. I don't want to dwell on the challenge because it's going to bring me down. And I was like, oh, this is what we call a tumble dryer, And I was like, okay, I'm going to buy a tumble dryer. I bought a tumble dryer this year. The first one, I bought a washing machine, but it was a second hand, like it was old. And then I think I used it like 5 times and then it just broke. I learned my lesson. Don't buy it.
Don't take the easy way out. Yes.
Exactly. So now I have a brand new washing machine and I have 2 tumble dryers. It has been amazing.
Yeah.
Even though it took longer to actually get a place of my own. I haven't moved in yet there. But it's almost done. I think about next week we are moving in there. But there was this very, very kind sister who's like a friend now, or Tungayo, who has a place, who said, you know what, use this indawo yami to ukuthi ama-customer azoletha iy'mpahla zawo aphinde azozilanda instead of you meeting up like this, because it might not be safe in some kwezinye indawo ne. So we've been using that ever since ukuthi ama-customer afike la kwi-office lakhe azo-collector aphinde alande. So we are very, very grateful ukuthi manje we finally find a place esosebenzela kuyona, and we're very grateful for actually the community, the people that obafaka in your space. It's very important ukuthi kuba abantu who are kind, who have a same vision as you have, because she also has a business. She understands ukuthi how hard it is to run a business and those challenges. She was like, you know what, I understand, I know you will get wherever you want to go, but for now just use me and then I'll be able to help wherever I can.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. You don't get to find a lot of people who are there to support your dream, who are there to walk with you and actually advise you. While we're on that, do you have mentors or?
Yeah, I do. Actually, Allan Gray makers, after you won the competition, even the others who didn't win as well, they opened this space for us to say, you can come to us with whatever that you need. So we were invited again this year as winners to motivate the others who entered the competition as well, and to actually share our journey. There we met so many people, because they bring out big people who owns who have been in the industry for the longest, so that we will learn, network, and do all that. So I found my mentor during that time, who's amazing as well, who's taking me through everything, especially the paperwork, because it's very important to make sure that your paperwork in the business is on par. So yeah, I do have a mentor. I do have a business coach.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So far so good.
Wow. And I'm just thinking how I'm going to phrase this. What's your take on our government supporting small businesses?
It's the government is doing the best that the government can. I think it's important for us as individual to understand what do you want in life, right? And also to look at what is happening in your country currently. So what can you do instead of sitting down and waiting for that person to help you? Or you can see that the employment is not as what we want it to be. So the government is trying their best to actually open those opportunities, but there's much they also can do. So if us as individual or the entrepreneurs that already started, it's important to support each other, because the entrepreneurship journey is very lonely. It's a lonely journey. So it's important to support each other, because we have a mindset that if I win, it's not only about me, but so many other people as well. We are actually helping that number to go down of the unemployment rate as well. So it's really, really important to support each other and also don't look at what the government is doing, but what are we doing to actually also help out to help out in our country.
Do you think that there is, I don't know if I should say, space, or like the challenges are different for a male and a female in business? I mean, have you come across something like that?
Yes, of course, of course. It differs on what you do. It differs on the environment you are at. I know for a fact, as a female, especially if I want to, let's say, fix my place, I need a plumber or I need someone. They have other people take advantage of that you are a female, you don't know much about plumbing, you don't know much about electricity. So if I tell you this will cost this much or this, so those are the challenges that we also face as females. And I have an understanding as well that even if you are a male, there are also challenges that you face when it comes to entrepreneurship journey. So yeah, it's kind of, in a way, that it's the challenges that you need to find solutions at, and don't dwell on them, because once you dwell on them, you're not gonna go far.
Do you think that when it comes to getting into business, I know that not everybody is called to do a certain thing.
Yes.
So, umuntu onjani vele, or where you can say, okay, this one is meant to actually run their own business, and this one is just, because I think, yes, in kunale concept, which I understand, like how you mentioned, ukuthi, one doesn't want to work for a specific person, or work under a certain person. You want to stand on your own. We want to be independent and all of that. But not everybody is called to actually walk that path.
That's true.
So, on your end, you said that you just came to that point where you don't want to work for somebody. But do you think it was your calling to say, you know what, let me own my own?
I believe everybody can do it, because a skill can be learned. I believe everybody can do it, but it's not everybody who has a passion for it. We cannot blame those people as well. So the journey of working for yourself is not an easy one, but it's doable. So what I can say is we can look at this thing as okay, mina ngifuna ukwenza business in a passion layo as well, but also nami ngeze ngikwazi ukuzenzela everything alone, because as much as ngingaba mhlambe ne passion of, or a skill of being able to sell something, I can convince you right now ukuthi yazini, this pen is very, very good. But now what about the finances? I'm unable to handle the finances. Hence now it's important mangabe usungene in this journey ukuthi I want to work for myself, you have to have a team so that it will balance. You have to have a person that is good at finances, you have to have a person that is good at marketing and the production of the company, so that you will run a successful business, So yeah, it's not for everybody, but anybody can do it.
And what have you learned from then running your own business, winning the competition, having people that work for you? What have you learned about yourself that you did not know back then?
Oh, a lot. I've learned that I actually have patience.
Very important.
I have. I think I thought I didn't, but I think it's a skill that I've learned in the business, because I've noticed if I didn't have patience, some of the things wouldn't be able to zenzek ngendlela engifisa ngayo. So sometimes you just have to look at things and be like, yazini, izogcina yenzekile, let me be consistent about it. This person, mhlambe ngifuna ukumfaka, they need to learn this. I need to be patient and able to deliver exactly what I want, because in my team, I want a reflection of who I am. I want people abazo connected to the vision that I have. Kungabi ukuthi nje uzelwe ngoba naku umsebenzi, but we have a vision yokuthi sifuna ukukhula sifike la, and also we need to siphule up abanye futhi who are there abangazi ukuthi bazoshona ngalaphi, you know. Yeah.
Okay, that's big. And absolutely true. And also, I mentioned earlier on the statistics, ukuthi when a business starts within the certain space, approximately this much is able to make it. On your end, I know you're still there, you're still getting there. What do you think basically makes a business end up failing?
I think it's listening. Yeah, and applying. Let me try to explain.
I'm waiting, yeah.
So one thing I've learned is that you need to have a learning mind. So be willing to learn new things. Be willing to listen to people who already been on the journey, who will tell you this is the reason why I failed. You need to learn on other people's mistakes as well. Failing is not a bad thing. I'm always saying failing is not a bad thing, because if you fail, that's when you learn, right? But you do not have to drive a mindset yokuthi ngiqhuba because I want to fail ukuze ngifunde. But you can also learn kuma mistake abanye abantu, right? So in able to try ukuthi business lakho lihlalele laphaya, have those mentors that you trust, read books, learn, understand, and also take ama critics abantu that you can see ukuthi azokusiza. And don't be ukhandashisa nje ungalaleli umuntu othi ngiyayenza lento, because nabo basuke bebonile ukuthi mengabe uya la uzoqhuzwa kwakephi. So I think it's important to listen.
Wow, okay. Didn't actually think of it that way, but I think you're absolutely right. Oh my God. There's a lot that I still want to know, but because of time, we will have to cut it there. But thank you so much.
Thank you
for joining us. And also, I think it's amazing that you are able to add an impact basically to our economy and helping people out there now. As much as you are doing what you love doing, but you're also helping other people earn a living. So that is amazing, and big ups to you.
Thank you.
But before we do go though, please let our people know where they can find you, and if they want to also bring their clothes to you.
Of course. Thank you so much, firstly, for the opportunity. This is amazing what you are doing. You are also an entrepreneur yourself.
Look at me. Thank you.
Seriously, I love it. You are good. Keep going. I'm sure you will. One day I'll be like, I've been there.
I'll be
bragging.
Guys, I think this is the thing when it comes to, I feel like that's the thing that happens out there. Women don't support each other as much as they need to support each other. And even on that, not to take out the other gender, but I just mean that as much as women don't support each other, I feel like our people as well do not support each other as much as we need to be supporting each other. That's something that needs to change. That's something that we need to actually put out there. So it starts as you complimenting someone, that you're seeing you look good today, or, going into that business, buying and doing that. That's you supporting. So look into that. But yes.
True. So at DISTAR, siyatholakala on social media, which is Facebook. It is DI underscore star. Yes, it's DISTAR, which is DI star. Or you can also call us or text us on WhatsApp, which is 065-132-6594. Instagram, it's DISTAR underscore. It's DI underscore star, and also on TikTok as well. We are based in Durban in town, Lakani Chambers, room 107. Soon we will be at room 104 though. You can text me so that you can get the full address as well. Siyayivuselele impahla to make sure ukuthi zibukeka zizintsha and the improved quality because of ama chemicals esiwasebenzisayo. So thank you.
Oh, wow. Well, would you look at that, guys? Please do support. And yeah, but you also know where to find us. We are on Instagram. It is Uncaged. Remember, it's UNCVGE. We are on TikTok, Facebook, and then there's me or Masi. So Instagram, it is Masi_Biyela. On Facebook, Masi Biyela. And I think on TikTok as well. Yeah, Masi Biyela. And then, of course, gotta thank my crew. F Money, Eddie, Geniclens. Geniclens, I got it. And yeah, guys, we will catch you on the next episode. And if you have anything to say, you want to add your input, or you want to ask Sthulile something, please do hit us on our pages and, of course, on hers, as she has mentioned it. And yes, we will see you on the next episode. Bye.